The dark truth behind Ariana Grande and Nickelodeon. Hit singer Ariana Grande sat down with People magazine this week to discuss the beginning of her career as an actor on Nickelodeon. The dark truth behind Ariana Grande in Nickelodeon. The 21-year-old, who rose to fame playing Cat Valentine first in teen hit Victorious and then in her own spin-off Sam and Cat, admitted that while she is grateful for the experience, it also had some downsides. "It was a blessing and one of my childhood dreams come true," Grande said, but later added, "For a long time I was attached to a character that was nothing like myself. It was a little frustrating." Luckily, with her stunning musical career, the star no longer has to worry about a lack of self-expression. Her new single, Best Mistake, recently snagged the #1 spot on iTunes, and her album, My Everything, drops August 25th. Grande has been in the spotlight for quite a long time, so fans know almost everything about her, or so they think. There are some things about Ariana Grande that only true fans will remember, or even know in general. She is very open with her fans, but mainly on her social media pages or random little interviews, so if you really want to know everything about Ariana Grande, then you have to pay attention to the little details. Well, lucky for you, we did all of the hard work. Things that any true fans of Ariana Grande should know so that you know exactly what to talk to her about when you finally meet her. Ariana is definitely a woman of many talents and also secrets. She's got a lot of stuff going on in her life. You just might be able to find out something about this dangerous woman that you didn't know before. Pretty much everyone has a favorite holiday, a day that they look forward to above all if the rest. For Ariana, it's Halloween, as she is obsessed with anything horror. She has loved Halloween and everything horror since she was a kid, and stated in an interview with US Magazine that her mom was actually a bit concerned when she was a kid. "My mom thought I'd grow up to be a criminal because I wore Halloween masks around the house," said Ariana. Ariana was always interested in music and started her career on stage, so it was no surprise when she started working with a producer to release her own single. Her very first single was Put Your Hearts Up and was described as bubblegum pop. This single was released in 2011 and is recorded for a teen-oriented pop album. Ariana has one of the craziest ranges ever to be heard. She is able to reach notes that most artists can only dream about and sounds just as good live as she does in the studio. She started her musical career on Broadway, where she starred in a musical called 13, but before she launched her career, she never received any formal training from a vocal coach or even a school. Ariana and Jeanette were both stars on 2 popular Nickelodeon shows and received their own TV shows when their respective shows were cancelled. On Sam and Cat, they played best friends who lived and worked together. The two of them also share a birthday, which is a bit of a strange coincidence. Their show was supposedly cancelled because the two of them couldn't get along, but Jeanette quickly squashed those rumors and said that they are like sisters. Broadway is a completely different universe than any other form of entertainment. In many ways, it is more demanding, especially on vocalists, because of the number of shows that they are required to do a week. For kids, it is even harder because they are less experienced and advanced. Nonetheless, Ariana started her music and acting career on Broadway in a musical called 13. This musical is about a young boy who recently moved from a small town in Indiana to New York City. He is navigating his parents' recent divorce while also trying to find where he fits in at his new school. Ariana played the role of Charlotte in the musical, a popular cheerleader at school. Ariana was doing big things even when she wasn't so big. When she was just 10 years old, she co-founded a youth singing group called Kids Who Care. According to their website, Kids Who Care is a non-profit international theater company that produces creative and confident kids through musical theater education, performance, and dance. Kids Who Care is located in Fort Worth, Texas. Ariana has been very vocal about helping young kids who want to break into the entertainment or music industry, so it's no surprise that she had a hand in creating such a large foundation for kids to be themselves and be creative. Everyone has a signature hairstyle or look that they gravitate towards. Ariana's signature hairstyle has become a super high ponytail and is what most people associate her with. However, this is not really by her choice, or at least it wasn't in the beginning. Even though she is super busy balancing her career and personal life, Ariana has had her fair share of high-profile relationships over the years. She has dated Big Sean, Nathan Skies, and Mac Miller, but most recently she started dating Pete Davidson. There was a lot of speculation about whether or not this was true or just speculation, but both stars seem to have taken to Instagram to confirm their impending marriage. When Ariana's mom was pregnant with her, she, along with Ariana's father, packed up and left New York City to move to Florida. Ariana was born in Boca Raton and stayed there for most of her childhood. Her parents separated when she was 8 or 9 years old, and she has seemed to have a strained relationship with her father. It is a bit strange that someone with such a successful music career had never been to a concert until they were 18, but Ariana Grande did just that. She never went to any concerts until after her music career was already in full motion. Of course, her first concert was none other than Katy Perry. Ariana and Katy have been pretty close for a while and seem to only have good things to say about one another. Katy even said that she would love to record a song with Ariana at some point in the future. They are two of the biggest names in pop nowadays. Ariana always knew that she wanted to break into the music industry, but was finding it a bit hard. She was also interested in acting, so when she landed a role on Victorious, a TV show that is about music, she really hit the jackpot. From here, she was featured on the soundtrack for the show. This soundtrack is what began her music career and her descent into international superstardom. Her first feature was on the track Give It Up from the soundtrack Victorious, music from the hit TV show. While filming the show, she recorded herself doing covers of other songs and uploaded them online. From there, she was referred to a representative from Republic Records, and the rest is history. Ariana is a very complex woman and has a couple of other major interests other than music and acting. She's also a huge hockey fan, and her favorite team is the Florida Panthers. Before, she was an international superstar. She sang the national anthem at a game when she was just 8. She used to go to every single home game of the Florida Panthers when she was a kid and had a tendency to get hit with pucks. Even though she sustained a fair amount of bruises from her love for hockey, she never stopped going and still tries to attend a game whenever she gets a chance. She even performed a concert in the same arena that the Florida Panthers play their home games in. When you take a quick look at Ariana, she may look like your typical girly girl, but there is a lot more to her than just that. Ariana is actually a huge lover of video games. She has stated in multiple interviews that she is particularly fond of playing video games with her family whenever she gets the chance. Broadway is a completely different universe than any other form of entertainment. In many ways, it is more demanding, especially on vocalists, because of the number of shows that they are required to do a week. For kids, it is even harder because they are less experienced and advanced. Nonetheless, Ariana started her music and acting career on Broadway in a musical called 13. This musical is about a young boy who recently moved from a small town in Indiana to New York City. He is navigating his parents' recent divorce while also trying to find where he fits in at his new school. Ariana played the role of Charlotte in the musical, a popular cheerleader at school. Ariana was doing big things even when she wasn't so big. When she was just 10 years old, she co-founded a youth singing group called Kids Who Care.